So today's day 6, and we're going to be doing a 10-minute video later, but I thought first we'd play with mixing some colors with our new gouache palette. So let's start off with, got all the colors laid out here. Let's start off with a little bit of this yellow, ultramarine. I'm going to add just a little bit of, I think, this red. That's going to give us sort of this burnt umber color. So when I swatch things and play with colors, I just sort of make a color and then I just keep adding to it. So it's probably, I don't write the colors down. I just kind of make swatches. And I know that's probably not the best way, but I can usually remember how to make a color. What if we added more of this yellow to this? And then maybe just a little bit more of that blue, just a touch of blue. I'm trying to see if I can get like an ochre color. Maybe let's add a little bit of this orangey color. I keep making orange. Awesome. The other thing that I am having issues with is trying to figure out like how much of the gouache to use because it's very fickle. So what I want to do is see if I can make more of an ochre color, which doesn't seem to be working for me. That's kind of close. That's a usable color. Some of these colors I'm a little concerned about, like this orange color and these greens, I'm not sure, and that purple. That's probably not going to be one of my favorites. Let's try mixing up a little bit of this orange with the blue. That orange is very warm, but that's a really pretty green. And if we add just a little bit of white to that, that's kind of pretty. I'm kind of more of an earthy tone girl, as you guys probably know. We could add just a touch of black to this. And that's going to give us even a different color. Nice. What happens if we mix? We should be able to mix this yellow with the purple. Ugh, I don't know about that. Now that should give us something that's more of a, yeah, that didn't work. It's not the worst color in the world. Should have been more gray though, I think, but I'm not sure. Let's see, what else should we do? Let's try to see if we can make something out of this hideous color here. I'm not a big fan of Viridian, but I've been doing a little research. Okay, that's not great. And I guess my feeling is, no, that's kind of purpley. That's not bad. What if we added just a little black to it? I'm just not a fan of super bright colors like purple and orange. It's not my thing. And that's sort of a problem. Okay, so this is, oh, that color's not bad. That was Viridian plus the, gosh, I don't even remember, carmine red. What if we added more of this orange tone to it? It's probably going to go a little browner. Yeah, that's not ideal either. Yeah, absolutely would never use that color. That plum color though is nice. I don't mind that. So one of the other things I saw about this color Viridian was mixing it with a little bit of burnt sienna. Okay, that's doing something. I feel like I need to learn how to use it because of course, it comes in every set, as you guys know. Every set has this color in it. So I figure there must be a reason for it. So I probably need to quit being a baby and just try to figure it out. Okay, that's not bad. That's a pretty neutral gray mixed with white. That's not bad. There was a request for making, somebody had asked in the comments about making a cool, like a gray. So I thought maybe, my thought was adding opposites together. That's going to give us green, not blue. But that's not a bad green, actually. Actually, that's not bad. So that was the ultramarine and the super bright orange. So if I was going to mix a cooler gray with this ultramarine, which is something I probably should figure out, I'd probably do, that was way too much black. Way too much black. This is what I'm having a problem with, is figuring out ratios right now. So this will be a good exercise. And I won't spend too much time on this. So that is a nice gray. Let's start in here. That's a nice gray, I think. If we add just a little bit more blue and get something like that. I really do wish the set had a few different blues, more blues in it. And maybe some ochres, because, you know, I love my yellow ochre. But, ochre, sorry. What if we added just a little bit? What happens when we add a little bit of this turquoise color to it? Ooh, that's nice. I don't hate that. Greens. Greens are always fun. I like to mix green with black, because I think it gives us, it depends on the black. If you have a cooler black, you're going to need a cooler green. If you have a warmer black, like a Mars black. Okay, that's really cool. That's a very nice color. And we could add some white to that and make a gray-green, which is always very nice. Loving, loving, loving. Okay, what happens if we take some of the, did we do this one already? We got to figure out a color for that, for this light green, which, let's mix it with the sienna and see. Okay. That toned it down a lot. Like, you can see the difference. Okay, that's not bad. And that was the sienna with the light green. And again, we could always add white to it to bring it down a shade. Pretty much all these colors I would use. Maybe not that one. That's probably the only one I've made so far. Let's see, what else? What happens if we mix the turquoise with the, do we do turquoise and yellow? Let's try turquoise and yellow. Ooh, oh no, that's way too bright. that's way too bright. How about we'll add a little sienna to it? I think I just made Viridian, guys. I literally think I made Viridian. on accident. That's not terrible. That's a good brown color. I'm gonna run out of room here. I don't know. Let's try adding some of this orange to this gray green and see what we get. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. So that was, what was that? That was this color mixed with orange. Okay, I'm gonna stop for a minute and clean off this palette a little bit. And what happens if we just do a little bit of the turquoise and add in some of that? That's gonna give us like a really light blue, like a really cerulean kind of blue. We could add just a touch of black to it. Okay, maybe not that much black. Black is so strong. That's the color. That's a nice color. That's a nice gray. I like that. What if we added just a little bit of yellow to that? More yellow. Gonna need more yellow. A little bit of yellow. That's kind of nice. Nice sky colors we got going on there. So let's see if we can create something with this bright sort of carmine red. Let's add a little black to that. That's probably going to give us a little bit of a purpley color. Add a bit of white. That's a really dark plum. What happens if we add yellow to it? What happens there? I was expecting that to be more gray. We got more green. Apparently all I can mix is green today. It feels very similar to what we got there. It's a little different. Let's see. I'll try a little bit of this orange. Did we try this one already? Just a little bit of ochre or sienna. I thought that was very close to that. Let's add just a little bit of black in there. And we should get that's not bad. Let's add a little yellow to it and see what happens. That toned that down a lot. It's got a little bit of green to it, but that's kind of nice. If we add some white to it, I bet it would be a kind of a nice light yellow. Think about that. It's not bad. We could add, I don't want to make any more greens. I think I've made enough green. Let's add a bit of that purple in there and see what happens. Purple and yellow should give me, well, it should give me more of a gray, but that's not what happened. Ooh, but that's not bad. I don't hate that color. So really, I think there's a way to make a lot of really nice neutrals which that's what I'm all about, is neutral. So that was just the burnt sienna with white. Add a little bit of black in there. Yeah, I don't know if that's a color I like. Yeah, that's kind of mousy. I don't really like that color. I like the burnt sienna. Usually in my normal mixing set, I will mix it with blue. Which will give us this nice brown color, right? And then we could add a little bit of white to it. I try not to add a lot of black, so I think black kind of dulls things down a little bit. That's not a pretty color. What if we added just a little turquoise to it? I don't know what that does. That's an interesting choice. Would I use that color? Maybe I would. Well, since we have it here, let's see what happens with the Viridian. No, don't like it. I think for me, like the orange and the Viridian are maybe my favorite combo, with a little bit of the sienna. I should probably write that down. My colors are getting a little thin. That's why it's looking a little more watercolory down here. Okay. So I think I got a pretty good idea of what I like. I mean, there's only a couple of colors. Like, I don't like this one, or this one. So let's just do an X through those because I don't like those colors and I will never use them. I also did not like this color. But any of these other colors, especially the greens and the blues, I think are nice. And then colors straight out of the tube would probably work too. Even that purple is good, and that purple is good. But I just don't like these sort of blend. They're just flat colors. Like, they don't really jump out at me. Even that orange is nice. Okay, so let's paint something. Okay, I'm gonna start off with a little bit of the Trina marker, which is a waxy crayon kind of mark. I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna make some marks through here. Okay. Let's come in with a little bit of a light blue to start. Maybe not that brush. One thing I found too is that the water gets so dirty. Like, I feel like I'm changing the water like all the time. I never change the water when I'm making watercolors. I think I want to keep this pretty light through here, maybe. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. I'll put in a little bit extra blue through here. Give it some whoosh, some whooshes. Okay, let's continue on with a bit of green. I don't know what we're doing here. That is not really the green I want. Let's start with this, I guess. That China marker is not going to move. It is there for good. We need something in a little bit more, like a darker tone, I think. I think that's way too bright. Yeah, that's better. Let's come in with the color shaper a little bit. Okay. I'm going to get my scumbly brush out somewhere. I gotta remember to clean these brushes as I'm using them, because otherwise we're gonna get a mess. So last night I did experiment a little bit with the Aqua Pasto, and honestly, I couldn't tell that it made that much of a difference. It was negligible. Like, it made it a little thicker, but not enough to... It wasn't enough that I would really want to play with it with... I think it works better with watercolor. So I'm probably not going to use that for these pieces, because unless I can figure out a way to make it work, I'm not going to waste it just to make it a little thicker. Like, it really wasn't that big of a deal that it didn't change that much. So let's mix some of this burnt umber or burnt sienna. Let's make some marks through here. Might try today. I'm going to try a little bit of maybe the Caran d'Ache. I like this color through here. Need something up there. I mixed up a little bit of sort of green into here. This shape, this hilly shape. The only thing that I did like about the Aqua Pasto was that it did make putting lines in, but you can see that we can still do that with the gouache. So I don't know that I think I'm not going to use it. Okay, what next? What next? We probably need to let this dry for a minute and then add in our line marks on top as soon as I get done futzing here. Okay, we're going to pause for a minute. I'm going to let this dry. All right, we're going to come in with a little bit of the Caran d'Ache Neocolor IIs. This is the warm set. Let me quickly add some marks through here. These are also water soluble. We could see how they blend together. If I can find a paintbrush. Maybe. Paintbrush. Let's see what happens if we can blend them out a little bit. I'm not sure that I like that though. So let's just keep going. So we got this color. Also thought this ochre color might be nice through here and some spots. But it's not really showing up that well. Well, I like it down here though. This is where it probably needs some water. Oops. I kind of like it. I'm not sure if I like it that smooth though. We also have this light yellow to just add. I think we just need some bits of highlight. create some difference, maybe. I like this. I want more green down here, I think. Let's just put more green in. Well, I like that showing through there. Let's do some more of that. If it was just sort of... Ooh, I think I like that better. But I do like these little hints of yellow. Sort of lighty yellow. And we've also got this sort of peach color that kind of mimics what we've got going on there. Once I add some of that in. Again, I'm just making marks. I like how this has gotten a little bit more dynamic. Let's try this color. Yeah, that color doesn't really show up, does it? What about this one? Okay, I want to put some more blue up there, so we gotta remember to leave time for that. Let me do that right now before I forget. I just want a bit more blue through here. But maybe, I think it needs to be a little bit spread out a little bit. I'm not sure if that helped or hurt. Let's see. I don't hate it. But I like what's going on here. I think we've got some good, I like these colors, these warmer colors over top. It's giving much more, it's giving you some more detail through there. Want some bit more of this color through here. Okay. I wish I had a green that was dark like that. But we can always add more of the gouache. 7 seconds. Okay. We are done. All right. I got a little chaotic there at the end. The chaos of making quick work. I'm not sure I like that. Okay, so I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to put another black line through here. I just wasn't liking that shape. I like it better now. Okay, here it is with the matte. Things that I like. I really like the Caran d'Ache marks over it. And I like how there's so many different layers of green. So I think that might be something that I want to play with. I do like how it gets scratched back into the gouache with the rubber tool, even without it having any aquapasto in it. But I really like these subtle color shifts, and I love the energy. Sort of these almost rock formations that I've got going on here. I don't like that really. Let me smooth that out. There's always some cheating, right? Okay, that makes me feel better. I love the red. I think the red is fabulous, and I love this color that we made through here, and the peach colors and the light, little pops of light. I think it really is interesting. I'm not terribly fond of what I did up here, although that black line made me feel a lot better. I don't know why. It just looked kind of like incomplete, and I feel like we can fill in like what's going on up here. I could have made it all green, but I don't think that makes sense either. But yeah, overall, very happy with this one. I hope you enjoyed the swatching. I hope you enjoyed this demo. I really like this palette of this green and these oranges and this sort of burnt, I guess that's a sienna color. I think it's called English Red in the Caran d'Ache set. But yeah, I'm liking it. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Look over here to see yesterday's video, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow for day 7. Thanks so much. Bye.